When you think about Prosper, Achieve, and LendingClub, which lender should you choose this year for personal loans? So here are the lenders I want you to think about. First of all, let me go through Prosper, and then I'll speak about Achieve, and then later on I'll speak about LendingClub. So when you think about Prosper, I want you to think first and foremost about $2,000 to $50,000. So that's actually the delta. That's the loan range that I want you to think about. $2,000 to $50,000. So if you're looking for 40 grand or 45 grand, basically Prosper can help you out. And Prosper is kind of cool also in terms of giving you a low interest rates, like relatively, because it charges you anywhere from 9% to 36%. Okay, and so you have instant approval through Prosper. So that's kind of cool because you have the ability to get your cash real fast. You have a joint loan option. And there is also a hardship program for borrowers in need. And this was important during COVID. I mean, you cannot imagine how many folks actually needed this sort of clause in their Prosper loans during COVID, during the 2 or 3 years where we were all stranded at home. So that was good. And Prosper actually is not asking you for a high FICO score, so 560, 575. Prosper will work with you to sort of get you approved. And you also have a mobile app to actually manage the loan. Now, your loan is going to be the way you manage your loan through Prosper is to actually through the dashboard online. You can do it through a mobile app, through the mobile app, or through desktop, or even tablets. So that's kind of cool. But overall, the thing is that just be aware though that Prosper does charge an origination fee. So you might actually get somewhere from 2% to 6%, in some cases 7%. Okay, something to really think about. When you think about Prosper, I want you to really remember that Prosper is not your regular lender. So the Prosper is more of a P2P lending platform. So that's really important. So peer-to-peer. Okay, so that means that you have all kinds of possibilities to have your loan actually funded real fast. Okay. And so Prosper offers a wide range of loan terms and amounts, making it a strong option for major and minor expenses. Okay, but remember, minimum credit score 560, nothing really complicated. Okay, $2,000 to $50,000. One thing you have to remember is that if you live in Iowa or West Virginia, you're not going to be able to be approved for a Prosper loan because this fintech is not available it does not have a banking license, or let's say a lender license in those two states. Okay, I mean they're working on it, but they haven't really gotten where they are allowed by the authorities to of those two states to conduct business. But Prosper does stand out for the fact that it has a joint loan option. You have fast funding. You have a mobile app to manage the loan. So if you want to really manage your loan with all granularity, you will love the fact that everything can happen through the app. You can just use the app. And the funny thing is the app is very user friendly. Nothing really complicated, very user friendly. So the UX and the UI on the app have been really thought deeply. So that's kind of cool. And but just remember that Prosper is not going to give you a discount for auto pay. So if you have auto pay, basically you're not going to have that. I mean, usually lenders like to shave 0.25 to 0.5% off, but no, Prosper doesn't do that. Okay, and now whether you qualify or not for a Prosper personal loan, you can actually find out by actually going through. You have a soft pull process through Prosper, so you do not want to. You do not have to risk your FICO score to like a dent in your FICO score. You can just go through the Prosper website and actually go through the process. You are able to pre-qualify, so you can actually see how much you can pre-qualify for, if at all. And so once you actually pre-qualify on Prosper's website, you can preview loan offers and accept the one that fits your budget. So that's kind of cool in terms of flexibility. Okay, and and once you accept one, you just submit the required documentation such as W-2s and pay stubs, because you still have to confirm that you are able to repay the loan that you just got accepted for, right? And so you have to Prosper will also do a hard credit check when you apply. So your credit score will temporarily dip at that point. So be aware of that and just make a plan to repay the loan. So when you think about Prosper versus Achieve versus the LendingClub personal loans, I want to really I want to really look a little bit into Achieve personal loans. So Achieve personal loans are pretty flexible in the sense that with Achieve you have somewhere from you have the same maximum loan amount, so it's all $50,000, and Achieve actually has a higher loan minimum, so you are looking at 5,000. Remember, the Prosper will start you at $2,000, but Achieve will start you at $5,000. So if you're looking for a larger loan amount, you might want to start with Achieve. And you can use Achieve for all kinds of loan purposes, debt consolidation, regular expenses, and what have you, okay? And the APR is kind of similar. The API range, Achieve's API range is kind of similar to what Prosper is actually giving, okay? So if you go through Achieve, expect to have somewhere from 9% all the way to 36%. That's how much Achieve is charging you. And now the only thing is Achieve minimum credit score is around 600 to 620. So 620, that's really what Achieve is actually asking you to actually show before qualifying for their loans. But the cool thing is with Achieve, you have like direct payments to creditors to consolidate your debt, so you don't have to worry about anything. Once you get approved, Achieve will take care of things for you and will send a check to those creditors. And by the way, Achieve used to be called Freedom Plus, so just in case you're kind of confused, if Achieve is new, Achieve is actually has been around for many years now, okay? But they went through a rebranding, so now they're not Freedom Plus anymore. And with Achieve, you're not going to have loans available in all geographies. For instance, if you live in Colorado, Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Kansas, Maryland, North Dakota, Vermont, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming, you're not going to actually be approved for an Achieve loan, okay? And but Achieve personal loans stand out for many things, like you have multiple rate discounts. So where Prosper wasn't really offering rate discounts, Achieve is giving you rate discounts. You have direct payments to creditors for debt consolidation. You have joint loan options. You have a fast approval and funding, so that's kind of cool. You have a fast approval and funding, but also across many geographies. You have flexible payment options, and you also have access to a dedicated loan consultant. So that's kind of cool. So when you think about Achieve personal loan, I want you to think about optimization. I want you to think about financial management at another level. Now, of course, Achieve is going to charge you an origination fee, kind of similar to Prosper. The only thing is that where Prosper is charging you, let's say 2% to 10%, Achieve is charging you a little lower. So Achieve is charging somewhere from 2% to 7%. So that's kind of important. And remember that this fee, the origination fee, is deducted from the loan before funds are sent to you, the borrower. Okay, and this could potentially reduce the total loan amount. Okay, you also have a high minimum loan amount because Achieve is really asking you for $5,000. So if you don't want that much, this could be a disappointing factor. But overall, most customers love it. You can use an Achieve personal loan for all kinds of stuff like debt consolidation, credit card refinancing, home improvements, medical and dental bills, emergencies, vacations, weddings, funerals, business expenses, other large purchases, okay? And this is kind of cool. And you cannot use an Achieve personal loan for investing or for an illegal activity, okay? And so before you apply for an Achieve loan, you want to check your credit, you want to calculate your monthly payments, you want to make a plan to repay the loan, you want to gather your documents. So all kinds of preliminary stuff that can really help you be approved real fast, but also once you're approved to repay the loan real fast. But kind of similar to what I told you for Prosper, you want to pre-qualify on Achieve's website to see how much you can qualify for, without actually sacrificing your FICO score. You want to compare the loan offers and formally apply. You want to receive loan proceeds, and you want to stay on top of the loan payments. And so This is kind of important. If you were to compare and contrast, let's say Achieve to Happy Money, for instance, with Happy Money, you are actually stuck at 40 grand, whereas Achieve gives you 50 grand. Okay. With Best Egg, for instance, you are stuck at actually you're not stuck. You are also you have $50,000 also. Okay, and but the difference between Best Egg, for example, when it comes to Achieve, is that Best Egg is available in more states. So, for instance, the Best Egg is available. Is not available in Iowa, Vermont, West Virginia, or Washington D.C. But those are 4 states, whereas Achieve actually is not available in multiple states. And now I want to talk to you about LendingClub. So when you think about LendingClub, what kind of lender can you be? Can you actually imagine? Well, one thing for sure, LendingClub doesn't give you as much money as Achieve or Prosper. So LendingClub will actually will stop you at 40 grand, but will start you at the 1,000. So the range here, the loan range with LendingClub, you have a $1,000 to $40,000. So that's really good because again, it gives you flexibility. The APR is kind of similar to the other two lenders, 9% all the way to 36%. So that's kind of cool. With LendingClub, you have joint loan options. You have a joint loan option. You have a direct payment to creditors with debt consolidation loans. You have the option to pre-qualify with a soft credit check, kind of similar to what Achieve and Prosper have. And you have the option to change your payment date. So this is when you think about it, this is a great possibility because sometimes you might have for cash management reasons you might want to actually switch your payment date a little bit. Okay, and so basically that's what it is. But LendingClub, kind of similar to Achieve or Prosper, charges you a loan origination fee. So something to really think about. And LendingClub actually takes relatively longer to fund after approval. So once you got approved, it might take you 2 to 3 extra days for you to receive funds in your account, in your bank account. Okay, but you can use LendingClub loans for a lot of things. You can use it for debt consolidation. You can also have joint loan options. So LendingClub allows you to have joint loan applications. So this is kind of cool because if you have someone who has a better credit score and you're trying to really increase your chances, this could really help. Just be aware of the LendingClub origination fees. They're charging you somewhere from 3% to 8%. So this could be a little big. Okay. So to qualify for a LendingClub loan, don't actually risk anything. Just check your rate. So when you click on the button that says check your rate, that simply means that you are actually switching to a soft pull sort of process, a loan pre-qualification process. Okay, nothing really complicated here. So basically, one thing for sure, you have to make sure that you have the higher your credit score, the better anyway. Okay, and LendingClub will start you at the 600. So that's the minimum they will start you at. And so you want to have at least a 600. And you also got to have a minimum credit history of 36 months and 2 accounts. So LendingClub wants you to have a certain it's not a proven track record, but just to have a little bit of history. So if you are a brand new customer, they're not going to allow you. If you're a brand new borrower, they're not going to approve you. Also, a LendingClub wants you to have a DTI ratio that's around 40% to 45%. So this is something to really think about if you want to be approved real fast for a loan through LendingClub. One thing I want to say is that before you apply with LendingClub, you want to check your credit. Okay, always check your credit. You never know. You never know what will happen. Okay, even if you think that your credit is perfect or what have you, you always want to take the time to check your credit. You can go on annualcreditreport.com, and so you can really maybe get an opportunity to spot and fix any errors before you apply. And you can also calculate your monthly payments. Okay, you can make a plan to repay the loan and gather your documents. So this is important to really think about. And what I want to say is that basically, if you were to compare and contrast Lending Club to other players. It really all boils down to the specifics of your vision when it comes to getting the loan in the first place. Why are you getting the loan? Are you getting the loan for debt consolidation? Are you getting the loan for regular payments? Are you getting the loan for other needs? So your needs will dictate how you are going to how you're going to use the loan and what lender you should go to. So here are the extras here. Prosper versus Achieve versus LendingClub. Which one should you go for? Which player, which lender should you really choose this year? You can see that the choice is really it really depends. Okay, so on the amount point of view, Prosper and Achieve will give you $50,000 maximum. LendingClub will give you 40,000. So it's not really that different. One thing for sure is that when you think about a personal loan provider, you got to ask yourself, what kind of conditions does the lender really have? Okay, does the lender allow you to have fixed rates and monthly payments, or something more fluctuating? Are you looking for like a flexible loan amounts? Are you looking for collateral? In other words, does the lender want you to collateralize the loan? Want you to secure the loan? Okay, but in any case, whether you go with Prosper, Achieve, or a LendingClub, make sure that you check your credit before starting anything. I don't care if you think you believe. I mean, if you believe that you have a good credit score, you always want to check your credit score, because you might be disappointed or overexcited if you see a delta between reality and your expectations, what you thought and what you see in reality. Okay, so always you want to inquire with the truth. That's how I say it. You want to inquire with the truth before you do anything. Okay. And after checking your credit, you want to pre-qualify with multiple lenders. So don't just pre-qualify with Prosper or Achieve or LendingClub. Go beyond. I mean, you want to try like SoFi, for instance. You want to try maybe Upgrade or Upstart. You want to really see where you can get a better offer. Okay, because pre-qualifying gives you an idea of the rate and terms you can expect. So compare pre-qualified offers to find the lowest APR and monthly payments that fits your budget. Okay, that's important. And then you apply. So the formal application process usually requires documents to verify your identity and income. And once approved, you will typically receive your loan funds within a day or two, and in some cases within a week. It really depends. So here is the choice here: Prosper versus Achieve versus LendingClub. Which one should you go for? Well, this is a tough one. So we don't have a lender, because Prosper is good. Prosper has a similar offer as Achieve and as LendingClub. So your choice will be determined by what kind of state you live in, because as you saw, Achieve, Prosper, and LendingClub, they don't cover all 50 states. So you have to first ask yourself, are you in a state that this lender actually covers? And then what's the minimum FICO score that the lender is asking for, and what are the conditions? So that will help you actually choose Prosper versus Achieve versus LendingClub. But as far as we are concerned, all of those three lenders are they're pretty solid and pretty quote unquote equal. So what's the bottom line here to this conversation? I spoke to you about the Prosper versus Achieve versus LendingClub. And of course, I spoke to you first about the lenders, Prosper, Achieve, LendingClub, the extras, the choice, and now the bottom line. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.